Hey, what's going on? Hey, it's your girl Trisha. Hey, coming at y'all with another word for today. And the word for today is God is not the author of confusion. You feel me? Like, sometimes in life, we just got to really think with common sense. Like I always say before, really get in tune with yourself and stop following the narrative. You feel me? And this thing, once you like dating and in relationships, like in my opinion, dating is like, it's a no-brainer to me. Like, you meet a person once or twice of meeting that person, going out, like you kind of know once you know yourself, and once you like are a healed person, you know what you need in your life, and it don't take a long period of time to me to figure out if that person is for you or not. So my thing in dating is easy. The hard part is the relationship. It's the hard part to me, like, because you get two people, sure enough, both of those people have healed, and that's what it should be. People shouldn't come together broken, because that's only going to create dysfunction. But nevertheless, it's still a struggle, and it takes work to even get in a relationship with two people healed, because you got two personalities, two perceptions, especially between a man and a woman, and you got to work at that. That person got to understand you. You got to understand that person. So sometimes I think people get lost in the dating. In their head, they're making it the relationship, and it's only getting to know a person, not through sex, and not creating soul ties and dysfunction and toxicity. Instead, get to know that person first. Through my journey, I came a long way with dating and relationships, and it all boils down to really healing and getting to know yourself. So through my mistakes, that's what I'm trying to do, just to pass along where you won't make a mistake, and try to figure out yourself instead of really trying to figure out another person, and really don't get caught up in preferences and spitting out what you want in a person, and you ain't even that person. And sometimes too, I think people need to live in your own reality, like especially where we live. Like, we're from Knoxville. People say, I want a man with money. Like, to be honest with you, like, people in Knoxville, it's not a lot of people making 100,000. You feel me? A year. It's not a lot of people even making 60,000. Just look at your circle. You feel me? Just look at the people who you around and who making that. And sometimes we say, well, we waiting on God to send us our person. In actuality, God is really waiting on us to really follow his lead and be obedient to God. And like I said before, don't get caught up in your fantasy in your head or what you want. Sometimes it's gotta make sense. God is not gonna send something that's confusion, and it's that don't fit you. You feel me? So if you're looking for this tall, dark, handsome man, you feel me? Do you fit, or you know what I mean? Are you his match? And opposite too, if you want a nice, young, pretty girl, are you that person? You feel me? Are you that man that match? And sometimes people don't really think with common sense, and just get caught up in their head about a fantasy and waiting on God, when God is really waiting on you to figure out yourself. And then you create love. You create love by really understanding yourself, understanding that person, compromising. Like, it takes work. So again, think with common sense, and don't really get caught up in the dating process, and don't get caught up in being bitter, and don't get caught up in limitations. Have an abundant mindset. Like, don't really get caught up in saying to yourself, there ain't no good men, there ain't no good women, blah this and blah that. Take accountability of yourself and see where you at in life, and don't really blame the other person or why you can't get what you need to get. You feel me? And also, like I said before, bitterness, damaged, and a lot of stuff takes work. Like, you really don't see, like, we see the highlights of people being happy, but You really don't see what's going on behind closed doors. Like, I know it takes work to like build a relationship. Like, in my opinion, you gotta break up like at least 3 times to get it right, because people are so different. People are, you know what I mean, innate to be selfish. That's just is what it is. So yeah, and people, you know, live in their ego, their pride. So all that's got to come down. And then if you over like 35, and most of us are, if you're on Facebook, you over 35, because young people don't really get on Facebook. But yeah, regardless, you got to break down the pride, break down the ego, and really live for you, because everything is all going to work out in God's timing. So, but you got to do the work too. It is not going to come to you. You got to do the work. You got to heal. But yeah, that was the word for today. But peace, y'all. Love y'all.